I'm a guy that's 25. Lego Star Wars is my life. I like Ryan Johnson. I'm Rich Boy J. Hello boyos, Rich Boy J here, back again with another video. This is going to be update number 59 of the Starkiller base mock build series. Oh my god, I have done 59 updates. This is literally insane. But first things first, I want to give a special thanks to those of you who donated via the live streams. It is always awesome when you do so. So special thanks to brickopotamus, Rebel Friend Films. He says I forgot to give him a shout out. So here, this is your shout out. Please don't miss this one. Toki-o, Baby, Brick Plug, Kult of Christiansen, Callahan, Brickphase, Xavier Sorrent, Brix Films, Blissett, Djarin, and Builds by Matt. We had a lot of first-time donors this week, so I thought that was pretty awesome. But just once again, thank you guys so much for contributing monetarily to the builds. You guys really do help make this possible. This week, I got all this done. It's done. It's finally done. It's not 100% done, but it's basically done. I promise. Like, it's basically done, and I really can't wait to show you this section finally complete. I feel like we're turning the page on one phase of this mock and we're moving forward to another one, so I really cannot wait for you to see all of this finally complete. I've been working on it for so long, so without further ado, let's jump right into it. All right, back again working on Starkiller. The first thing that I'm going to work on this week is finishing off the top of this building right here. Last week, I got this rock work right here done. I need to actually build a few more supports underneath it. I literally just have that one 2x2 column sitting there. But the general idea is I'm going to bring this wall up a bit, and I'm going to basically add a roof to it, and the rock work will kind of continue on top of that section. But the reason I'm not just continuing the rock work over, as I mentioned last week, is I obviously have this just giant mess of wires and electronics right here, and I obviously don't have enough room to just build right on top of this. So I'm going to elevate this maybe like 2 or 3 bricks, and then we'll have a nice solid base. We're going to do some rock work back here, and then I'll just have a bunch of snow and maybe even like a little bit of like machinery sitting right up here towards the front. So that's going to be the first order of business. Let's go ahead and work on it. Okay, the weirdest thing just happened while I was working on this section. So I'm building these bricks across here, and it's smooth underneath there. These bricks underneath it are sideways. And I get to this part, and I'm like, okay, what the heck is this? Why is there this weird gap that's not a stud? Right below this, you can see everything lines up perfectly here, and these two walls supposedly go up, so like, why would this not be correct? And I sat here for like a few minutes, like what am I missing? Like, how could this even happen? And I realized that whenever I first built this, if you look at this wall right here, it slightly, just ever so slightly, slants backwards that way. So I'm thinking, whenever I was building this ceiling section using snot, I didn't actually build it long enough. So this is actually flexing backwards towards the mock, which is super annoying because now I have to basically rip off this ceiling and figure out exactly like what length it needs to be in order to perfectly bridge the gap between these two. That is such a weird thing to happen. Like, I guess this is why, you know, when you're building big, you figure out your measurements so you don't end up in a situation like this where you've built this giant ceiling in here, snot, and end up having to basically remove it from this and figure out like how this is going to fit. So that's a little hiccup, which is kind of annoying, but I'm going to go ahead and fix that. All right, we got it done. You can see here that this rock work is finished on top of this building, looking nice. I'm especially proud of this little section right here. I don't know why, just when you get that side profile view, get some nice angles. The snow work is looking pretty good. I'm happy with it. One thing that was super difficult was this section in here. I mean, it all ended up working out pretty fine, but like this is all, I'm gonna admit, pretty jank like underneath here. Basically, I don't know what happened because of that weird issue I was having over here with getting this stuff to line up. My angles were just kind of off here, and like this is all really stressed in here. I had to basically try to squeeze this all together to get it to stay. but it looks good, and that's really all that matters to me. You know, it's sturdy enough. It's not going to fly apart or fall apart anytime soon. So that's all I needed it to do, and it's doing that. So it all looks pretty good. If we zoom back out, you guys can see this is what the section looks like in totality. I'm liking it. I'm liking it quite a bit. So the next order of business, and really the last order of business for this particular episode, is finishing off the top of this building right here. It's basically going to be the same thing, just adding a roof to it, continuing the rock work, going across there, and then of course adding snow that kind of comes up to the very front. So that's what we're going to work on. Let's go ahead and do it. Oh my God. Thank God I am finally done with the rock work on this MOC. There is no more rock work. We are done. This was it. I got it done. No more rock work. I am so happy right now. You guys have no idea. It's awesome. This is literally what I had left for my white slopes. These like 4 pieces in this bag. That's it. No more rock work. We're done. We're moving forward. Whew. All right. So the last thing I want to do on this episode is I need to get, obviously, this area right here tiled up. We're going to add some snow just to finish this off. I'm going to fill in these blanks over here on the edges, and then we're going to be good to go. One thing I'm probably not going to get to this week is putting the sign right here. Obviously, I don't have the sticker yet. The plan was basically to have like a red banner kind of going down. That's going to be something that I do. I'm actually probably build the red banner this week, because I'm going to have to check out my red tile collection. I think I still should have a decent amount left over from the big stage. But for the sticker, I'm just going to hold off on that. I don't really need to place an order for that right now. Plus, I have some other custom stickers that I want to have ordered, so I'll just save that for later. But we are so close to just being done with this entire section. The one thing I am still going to have to do is add like the mechanics on the inside of there for the elevator. I'm going to hold off on that for now. I'm just super excited to get the outside of this area complete and get this tiled up so this can all be lined up, and then we can start moving closer and closer to the trenches. So let's go ahead and get this tiled up, guys. All right, we got this all tiled up now. It actually went along pretty quickly, which is nice. Like when things progress smoothly, no issues. The one kind of annoying thing was just trying to push these down without pushing the ceiling of this thing through the MOC. It's supported enough underneath there, but there's not a ton of support. Like if you push too hard, this will definitely just go straight to the bottom. So that was something I had to consider, but this is looking very nice. The next thing we're going to do, the last thing we're going to do for this video, we're going to place this module over there where it belongs. We're going to finally get to see all of this completed with the snow on the bottom, the building's done, the rock work on top. Still kind of disappointing I don't have this banner. I think that's actually going to make a really big difference, especially since it's going to be red. But until we get to that point, let's see what this looks like over there. Man, look at this. I feel like this is such a long time coming. I remember when I first started getting ready to work on these sections, I started with the bases, just getting those built up. And I was actually convinced that this might actually move along pretty quickly. It clearly didn't. I for whatever reason, I'm still underestimating just how quickly I can get these things built and actually how big these sections end up being. Looking at this all sitting here together, I realized, yeah, this is huge. Like, this is just so massive. This is such a massive part of the build. And this isn't even it. Like, it still needs to be elevated. So the rock work there will match the top of that build right there. That's not going to be something that I'm super concerned about right now, though. What I really want to do right now is start working on that trench. The reason why is simply because I need to basically figure out what the height of the trench is going to be. I need to make sure that it's big enough to accommodate some T-70 X-Wings like you see over there. And also, I'm just really excited to not be working on something that's this. I feel I put so much time into this over the past few months. I am so ready to move on to what is effectively the next phase of this build. So this is actually a pretty important moment here. Like, I feel like we have so many of these moments in this build series where you finish something up and it's like, okay, on to the next phase. But it is always exciting to to take on some new building challenges, to see new things. So basically, this is it. This is all I have for you guys. I'm really happy that I was able to show you just a more complete looking version of this. It's still not perfect. Like, there's those gaps there. It needs to be placed on an actual level table. And other things like that. Like, it does also still need to be elevated. But this is mostly what it's going to look like. I'm a fan of it. I think it looks quite awesome. So before we head off here, let me just give you a quick view of everything in frame. I feel like I have to keep scooting further and further back each week to get this entire build in frame. But yeah, this is what we're working with, guys. This is what we have. So let's go ahead and make our way to the end of the video. And that's going to finish up the video today, guys. I hope you enjoyed checking out Starkiller Base once more. I feel such relief, like, being just mostly done with this section sitting right here behind me. It feels like I've been working on it for so long, and I've said that about so many different things in this build. But between this update and the next update, I have a couple of goals. One is going to be to, of course, start the trench section. That is something that is super important. And I'm super excited to do it. Like, it's going to involve a lot of detail. It's going to be massive, but I think it's going to be really fulfilling to see, you know, some T-70 X-Wings fitting inside of that trench. I know a lot of you probably expected me to work on some of the snow sections between this building and the trenches, but I figured, like, I can do that at really any point. That's something that's going to be a pretty simple part of the MOC. I do just really want to start the trench section and really just figure out how it's all going to come together, because it's going to be a pretty massive part of the MOC. So I'm really looking forward to that. Another thing I really want to do is clean up a few things on this section of the build. I know that's how I was going to move forward, but these are some things that, you know, I don't really need to be a highlight of the update. There's just certain things that here don't line up perfectly. Certain, like, rock work pieces that have been moved around since I've been working on them that need to be fixed. So all those things are things that I'm going to be working on as well. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys this week. If you like what I do, go ahead, support the video by hitting the like button, support the channel by smashing that subscribe button, and I'll be back again very soon.